Peace, love, health, and wealth, Vibe Tribe. Like and subscribe. Help your boy break away from that 9 to 5. My name is not important, but what is the fact that I'm here on behalf of Sacred Self Healing Center, where the heart is the center for healing. Understand that when you come here, this is spa day for the soul, chicken noodle soup for the spirit, and Manny and Patty day for the ego. Understand that this is a hard hat area, and self development is the construction site. So, with that being said, if you would like to inquire about any of my services, you may do so by hitting me up for a free consultation. All right. Um, all of the channels, information, all of my information will be in the description box of all of my videos. If you would like to support the channel, if you would like to donate to the channel, if you would like to subscribe to my membership, I do not do only content because I don't have any active members. I do have members. I have active members, but I like to do members based content whenever, you know. So, with that being said, I got a very special broadcast. I got a download that said that since Valentine's Day is coming up, it's time to whip things into shape as far as love goes. All right. And so, with that being said, we are going to get into a singles collective love reading. Um, I was thinking about asking a question or something like that, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and just do just like a general love reading for singles. I don't, unless anybody, if anybody got any questions, then they can just come in and do it themselves and ask themselves. All right. But for those who is watching live and for those who are catching this on the replay, we can go ahead and get started with our singles love reading. Okay. Thank you for the light. Thank you for the light. Hola, Miss Garcia. How you doing, beautiful? If that's your real name. Look, I got the light before the view. Shout out to you. You the first viewer and the first subscriber. How about this? Since you the first one here this morning and you good, you bringing great vibes already. How about I give you a free in-depth reading? The only thing you got to do, text me, email me, and I'll go ahead and we can schedule a time. And I got you. Pull a couple tarot cards, pull a couple oracle cards for you. If you got any questions, I'll see if I can bring some clarity. But thank you though. All right. So for today's collective love reading for singles, right? And if you got somebody you talking to or whatever, then I'll come back later, or maybe I'll do a pre-uploaded one for couples. But I don't mind doing answering questions for couples today. All right, even though it says singles in the chat. All right, so let's go. Let's see what's coming up. Uh-oh, I caught it. All right, you single? Hi, como se dice, casate conmigo? I don't know if that's how you say it. My Spanish a little rough, as you can tell, but all right. So let's see what the Love Oracle deck. I really like this Love Oracle deck because it gets very specific and it brings a lot of clarity to situations. All right. So I really, if I really don't really care about reverse cards for this deck. Oh, because I never really like reset the deck, or I never purposefully reset the deck and then put reverse cards. So we're gonna accept the cards for face value, okay? Grand Rising, good morning, Queens, and if there's any gentlemen out there, to the Kings, peace, love, health, and wealth. Welcome in. Grab y'all tea, grab y'all coffee, light y'all candles, light y'all incense. Let me know if y'all want me to light a candle or something. I will. Let's come on, y'all. Let's go ahead and get comfortable. All right. So we got the trapped card. Okay. I feel like I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Stuck, tied down, and captive. Okay, so I'm definitely going to pull some more from this deck. I can't leave on that one. All right. So we got mistakes. All right. Misunderstandings, victim, lost soul. So what I like to do with these cards is I take the words or phrases that's here and I like to mix match and see what resonates with me in my current situations, right? So far we got the trapped and mix match. I'm trapped in mistakes card, right? Stuck, tied down, captive, misunderstood, victim, lost soul. Uh Whatever word that was that I just heard that almost just slipped out, maybe that's for somebody. What was that word? Let me go back and listen to that word again because I just said a word that I wasn't trying to say. I don't think it was me saying it. I think that was a direct channel. Let me rewind the live a little bit, y'all. Mismatch. Okay, so I said the word mismatch. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Can I get some hearts in the chat, please? All right, so I mistakenly said mismatch, and I don't think that that was on accident. So, but I think is that maybe we could be if we single, maybe we could be getting into, or maybe we could be trying to avoid a mismatch situation, right? Let me pull one more card to see what we got. Let me pull one more card, right? We got resistance, secret admirer, suppressing, and timid. Okay, so somebody feels trapped. Somebody is making a mistake. Maybe somebody feels trapped about past mistakes that they made. Maybe they felt misunderstood in the relationship and it caused them to feel captive, made them feel alone in a room full of people. And so maybe they had to hit that escape button. Maybe they had to run, right? Maybe they felt like they had to run instead of having a conversation. Um, Salima, peace, love, health, and wealth. Welcome back. Um, so I think I'm actually going to go with tarot to see if I can get a who, what, when, where, why, or how. I wish I could have that. Excuse me. The different parts of the readings. Sometimes I be wishing I can just have the words pop up on the screen. But now I'm about to try to see who, what, when, where, why, or how. And I feel like this is kind of like two parts of a message and not one big message. Or maybe the mistakes is the reason why you're resistant to be a secret admirer. Oh, somebody got a crush on somebody. Is somebody here in the collective is actually liking somebody, but because of some of the things that happened in the past, they scared to speak up and speak out. Maybe somebody has told us, maybe somebody's been making very good eye contact with us recently. Maybe somebody's been very complimentary beyond the normal professional stuff, right? Maybe not disrespectful, but maybe they're making it known that there is some sort of attraction there. And I feel like there's some healing that needs to take place before we really can open ourselves up. So let's see who, what, when, where, why, and how with the tarot cards. Let's see. Is there anything? Yeah, you can have a reading. I'm doing a collective reading right now. So if you want, you can be first. Uh-oh, we got a flipper. I couldn't catch this one. Okay, two of wands. Hmm. Planning and strategizing. Planning and strategizing. So two of wands is balance and duality within the personal desires. So oftentimes two of wands comes out when a person is desiring uh I guess you could say like their twin flame, or oftentimes when people is looking for duplicity. Uh they're always in the Two of Wands. I always say that this person has everything, right? They even got the world in their hand. The only thing that they're missing is somebody to share it with, somebody who share the same dreams, somebody who shares the same goals, somebody who shares the same desires, somebody who wants to feed the homeless and go camping and get away from the riffraff and just live a peaceful who matches our energy, right? We looking for somebody who wants to match our energy. Please, if you like to, double tap that screen, hit that like button, subscribe to support the channel. If you don't want to, that's cool, but I still appreciate you stopping by. All right. So the Two of Wands again represents planning for the future, duality, and choice. Remember, how you start is how you finish. So if you are indeed a single person right now, this Two of Wands is definitely saying that we can benefit from being single right now, where we can take time to heal, take time to figure out what it is that we want, take time to, I won't say get to know ourselves, but to explore ourselves and to grow ourselves, if that makes sense. Right? Uh so I'm going to be, I don't want to go too deep with this reading because I will like to do some daily collective love readings again and stuff like that. But I did want to get this singles reading out, and then I will be dropping a video for people who is in a relationship. So right now I want to take something from the chat. I want to know, what do you think we should get best course of action of this energy is? So just to recap the energy, and our options could be spirit animal oracle deck, not this one. Let me move this one out the way. Spirit animal oracle deck, or we could do another tarot deck. So just to recap here for the singles right now, you might be feeling stuck, alone, you might be feeling trapped, right? Depression, PTSD, wondering shoulda, coulda, woulda, wondering, what if, right? And I feel like we here because we misunderstood, or we might be entering a situation where there's some misunderstandings. I didn't even get to the victim and lost soul. Oftentimes when you suffering from things like guilt and stuff like that, the web is mental, meaning the reticular activation system. Yes, this is a real thing when they talking about feeling trapped mentally. That's because the part of the brain is like a web period, but the part of the brain that is anticipating life is stuck in a negative trap, right? So what we have, what we can do is try to figure out where the disconnection is, right? Figure out what the triggers are, right? And how do you, and this is one big thing, right? Maybe I need to do a live on this. How do you know what and where your triggers are? Well, let's just say if you sit down and you start thinking about the future, right? I want to get married. I want to have a car. I want to have a house. I want to move to, I don't know, Virginia. But then you start saying, like, what if this person cheat on me? Or what if the city I moved to is racist? Or what if it's a lot of crime? Or what if somebody steal my new car? Right? Well, there shows your blockages, meaning that when you start planning and being optimistic for the future, you get presented with something that could possibly go wrong. Now, I just want to caution you and say that's normal. It's normal for the subconscious to do that. It's normal for the brain to do that because the whole job is to keep you safe. The whole role is to keep you safe. So, of course, you're going to wonder about possible things that could go wrong. But the thing is that we can't get trapped and what could go wrong. We got to be able to meditate and elevate above the perceived condition, right? And the reason why I say perceived the way I do is because it's not reality until it becomes reality. And most of the time, the things that we anticipate, um, it only happens because we anticipate it so much. And then oftentimes it happens so fast that it be over so quick that we really don't even have time to process it in the beginning. So I want to consult the chat really quick and see what the best course of action is. How do we? how do we get rid of this resistance of growth? How do we actually step up and step out and be open and be receptive and not be so timid, not suppress our true emotions? Whether we like somebody or we're growing to like somebody or somebody is asking for a chance, whatever the case is, how do we do it? All right. So I don't see anything in the chat. Thank y'all for stopping by. I think I'm gonna go with tarot on the best course of action. I think I'm gonna go with tarot. Uh, so remember, the Two of Wands is saying planning for the future. So whenever we sit down again and we get to planning for the future, and those things that kept us trapped before, the fear, the uncertainty, the doubt, the shoulda, coulda, woulda, the mistakes, the he cheated or I shouldn't have cheated or what if I never cheated or whatever creates your resistance, right? Proper preparation. Ooh, maybe this day. Oh, it's only two. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. I repeat, proper preparation prevents poor performance. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Sit down, heal, do what you got to do, get in tune with you, and then set plans for the future. Okay, so we had two cards just jump out when I was shoveling up for best course of action. Um, I guess if we was pulling the cards, the High Priestess would be first. Now, both of these cards are major arcana cards, which is a huge sign that as we move through February, the month of love, right? I ain't even, you know what? It's Black History Month. I ain't heard not one thing about Black History Month. But anyways, uh, first thing first, Spirit is saying that we need to sharpen our intuitive abilities. When the when it not the Two of Wands, I'm sorry. When the High Priestess comes out, yes, the High Priestess represents, psychic and prowess and all of that stuff. But yes, the everybody has intuition. The High Priestess is not unique. The High Priestess is not unique because she has intuition. The High Priestess is unique because she um ruled by Cancer, she mastered her intuition, right? Hence the moon. She's a master. That's why the moon is beneath her feet, because she mastered the intuition. And so, because of her mastery of the intuition, she get sights, insights, possible downloads on secrets, et cetera, because right, everybody has intuition, but not everybody does the work to sharpen the intuition. So if you suffering from PTSD or if you worried about people hurting you in the future or stuff like that, plan accordingly, right? But also be open. I always tell people, don't look for red flags. Don't look for yellow flags. But if they pop up, don't ignore them. Okay. Second card that we have here in the best course of action is going to be the Sun card, number 19 of the major arcana, right? So this is almost uh mission complete in a sense, being closer to 21, which is only, well, technically it's 22 cards in the major arcana, but being close to the 21st card. Um, the Sun card represents purity. It represents like a reset in a sense. It represents being tapped into love and being able to radiate that love no matter what the conditions are, right? It's almost okay. So there's a few things that I want you to pay attention to here: the sun, the sunflowers, and the child riding a horse. All right. So the child riding a horse represents a person who take things very light. That doesn't mean that they're not mature. That doesn't mean that they don't go to work and pay their bills, whatever, but they take things very light, right? They tapped into love. They tapped into unconditional love. The sunflowers here represent personality traits that we obtain naturally when we truly tap into the universal love and love for any and everything, right? And you could do your I challenge you all to do your research on the personality, or not personality traits, but the symbolism of a sunflower, because that's where you're going to get the traits of personality at. And last but not least, the symbolism of the sun. The two different types of rays definitely mean something. And again, you could do your research on that, because I want to focus on the sun's ability to project love, to project warmth, to alchemize cold into warm, right? Because even on a cold day, even when it's cold on earth, when you step into the sun is going to be warmer than it is in the shade. I don't care if it's 2 feet of snow outside. You warmer in the sun than you is in the shade, right? And so the analogy of that is that the world around us benefits when we tap into our higher self, when we tap into that divinity, when we tap into pure love. So again, the best course of action before I open up the floor to any questions and comments and concerns is to sharpen your intuitive abilities, right? And to project peace, love, health, and wealth into the world, because humans are like self-watering plants in a sense, to where we have to, all right, so our life is like a garden, and the things that we want in our garden, we have to cultivate them, meaning that we got to plant the seeds, we got to weed the garden bed, we got to water it, we got to make sure it's getting adequate sun, right? We got to make sure it's getting water, all of that stuff, right? So we have to treat ourselves like we do a garden, all right? So with that being said, I will go ahead and close down this reading and open up the floor. If anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know. If anybody would like a free or donation-based reading, please let me know now. Uh, yeah. And thank you for tapping in. I need to find my tea because my mouth is dry. My mouth is dry. My mouth is dry. I need to find my tea because my mouth is dry. My mouth is dry. I need to find my tea because my mouth is dry. My mouth is dry. Pharaoh in the building. Thank y'all. Hey, look, I know all of y'all can't donate, which is fine, right? But if you want to help the channel out, double tap that screen, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. And please let a commercial play. One commercial, not every single time the commercials play, but maybe once every 24 hours when you come on my channel, let one commercial play. Or maybe when every time you click on the video, let one commercial play for 30 seconds at least. And if you really feeling good and you really want to help the channel, hit any links that's associated with it. Now, I got to tell you one thing, right? Whenever you hit any links, you don't have to sign up for no emails. You don't have to purchase anything. You don't have to join a call list or none of that. It's two things that they look for on the ads. They look to see if people is watching the ads, attention retention, right? How long a person is watching the ad before they skip it. And they looking for if a person is interacting with it. So let's just say if a Facebook commercial pop up and it says that you need to update your app. Well, if you update your app because of that commercial, guess what? KP will get boosted in the algorithm. All right. So, with that being said, Salama, my bad. Uh, would you like a reading? Pharaoh, anybody? It doesn't have to be a love reading, and it doesn't have to be donation based. But I will leave the floor open for another minute or two. If anybody would like reading, then I will get that to you. Ah, I'll hype me up. Yeah, shit. You know. All right, y'all. Last call for alcohol, baby. Last call for alcohol, baby. All right, it's 25:25. So I just want to say thank you all for tapping in. Thank you all for who watched this, who supported the channel in the past. Thank you all for who watched this live. And thank you for all who's going to be watching this in the future. I will be back very soon with another upload. So with that being said, it's been an honor and a pleasure to be of service to you all. And I wouldn't rather be nowhere else but right here, right now. So if you know what I'm about to say it with me. Peace, love, health, and wealth. Anything else, put it back on the shelf. Why? Because I ain't buying it. And you should neither. Peace. I love you. Bye bye. Yo, I just seen a couple people come back in. I'm headed out. If anybody wanted to read in real quick, go ahead and let me know.